I wanted you guys idiots. I wasn't in the Sorry for calling you guys idiots. My viewers. I didn't mean to take that too far. I was and I shouldn't have said that stuff, man. Sorry guys. I didn't mean to assault you or anything. If I did, I'm sorry. But I meant everything I said about the gaming industry, and I meant everything I said about stupid, idiotic fanboys who defend the company, especially PlayStation and Xbox fanboys. Xbox fanboys in general, you know, like I said about the frickin' Xbox One X, I meant everything I said about that, man. It's stupid how they keep hyping it up, you know, telling lies about it, and how Microsoft lied about it clear to your face at E3, you know. That it doesn't run 4K, all its games at 4K 60 FPS, that it doesn't, half of its games don't even reach 60 FPS, only at 30. How the Xbox One X doesn't have any games, hardly. And hardware is not superior, it's not better. In the PS4 Pro, they're similar in graphical power, similar in graphical performance, and similar in graphical power, similar performance, and similar in quality. You know, it's just they're not very different from each other. Maybe a couple few pixels here and there. They're not any different. Slightly better, maybe. We all know by now the Xbox One X is the most powerful console on the market. But is it really better than the PS4 Pro? Is it really that much of a difference to go out and buy a $500 console? It's not. It's not. It's not. It doesn't have any games. But I mean everything I said about that, man. When I was saying idiots, I didn't mean my subs. I meant, you know, YouTubers who lie to their viewers and subscribers, or lie to their subs, about the fact that they don't make money, the fact that they monetize, the fact that they don't tell people the truth, that they use their subs as forms of profit, and they lie to their viewers, you know. I don't like that. That pisses me off. That's why I got heated earlier on my channel, and you can hear me yelling in the background of my channel because it pissed me off. I may be gone a little bit too far with that video, but that's not what I meant. And some of the people on the internet, you know, are really stupid, like Crap Gamer and all those Xbox fanboys, you know. I mean everything I said about the gaming industry, man. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of online-only games. I'm sick of players camping everywhere in online-only games, using overpowered weapons. I'm sick of my microtransactions being in my games I pay for, you know, and pay-to-win stuff, you know, which allows the person to pay real money to get an advantage over you. The endless grind in games that really don't need to be there for no reason. It's just to make you have to, you know, to give you more and more of a way to pay your way out, you know. But still, it's endless grind fest, and it's repetitive and old. I hate that they're not making any good games now. The majority of games they make now are online only pieces of shit AAA games. They don't make any good story-based driven games anymore. They don't put any creativity or work into their games. They don't put any effort, time, you know. They rush it. I get sick of season passes, having to pay for season pass when I should have got all the content on disc to begin with and already paid $60 for the game. And then later on they take that content off the disc and sell it as DLC to me down the line. Destiny and Destiny 2 are primary examples of this, and I hate both of those games. I'm sick of having to pay an online fee for really nothing, except maybe a couple free games, a couple avatars, and some stupid themes. That's it. I'm sick of FPS. There's too many FPS out in the market. The gaming industry is oversaturating itself with games coming out the same genre every year, and it's getting old. People are getting tired of it. FPSs, there's too many out there now. Just too many. I'm not gonna name them all. They get boring, they get repetitive. There's too many online-only games. And it ain't worth playing because people can just hack and cheat. I'll be right back. People can hack, they can cheat, they can mod, ruin it for everybody else. There's no point in wanting to pick an online-only game up anymore, like, to just buy them off the shelf. Nobody's doing that. Call of Duty is a primary factor of this, like I said earlier, which never went through. It's boring, it's repetitive. People camp everywhere, people use overpowered shit, people use overpowered freaking goddamn flamethrowers and Molotovs, It's... People can't play shooters the way they're meant to be played anymore. They have to cheat, they have to use overpowered shit. It completely throws the balance out the window of a shooter. I don't want to play because every time I jump into a first-person shooter, I can't shoot in Call of Duty Cold War 2. The shooting is all over the place. The hit markers are everywhere. It's like I die and I get pissed. I'm like, no, you're gonna tell me get good. I can't. Well, I don't want to get good. I don't care. Unlike some of you, I have a life. I have a job. I don't play the Call of Duty 24/7. Anyway, I'm just bored. I'm bored of playing lackluster, no time, no effort, no work games that are just for profit. It's getting old. They're milking these AAA titles that involve these AAA titles like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and all that for profit. They're not supposed to be good. Which is... I don't understand, man. I don't. And they're not fun. They're not fun. They're not enjoyable. People could just buy overpowered shit with real money. I don't even play Madden Ultimate Team anymore. That's 100% pay to win. EA made that 100% pay to win. If you want to get better cards in the game, I didn't play it period, but I don't play it period. But I know what they do to it. They make you pay real money unless you grind out Madden Ultimate Team 24/7 every day to get those card packs, which are stupid. you know, unless you pay for the card packs. I think the so-called idea behind card packs and all that bullshit is stupid. If you want card packs, go buy them. Just go buy the physical versions of them. Why you need freaking digital versions? Stupid. Anyway, you know, Madden ruined itself, FIFA ruined itself. You know, 2K Sports ruined NBA 2K with VC, you know. It just seems like to me they're ruining every single game now with microtransactions and pay to win. I mean, look, every single game now has microtransactions. Overwatch, Rainbow, For Honor, Battlefield, Call of Duty World War II, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Red Dead Redemption 2 has freaking microtransactions coming next year. And goddamn GTA 6 has microtransactions. It just seems like to me the gaming industry don't care about making anything good anymore. They just try to make as much profit off of you as possible. They don't give a shit about you. Don't give a shit about me. Don't give a shit about us as gamers. And that's what really makes me rage. If you were to watch that video on my channel, you would see how much you would see how much rage inducing that video was. You would see how much that brought out that really big anger in me, big time. It brought out the freaking anger in me, big time. It brought out the complete beast. Till I was red in the face. I was freaking I was yelling on my mic because I was pissed and like, you know, it brought out the anger in me, you could tell. But a lot of it had to do with that. A lot of it had to do with I was tired, you know, stuff at work and, you know, shit like that, you know. Anyway, but I don't see the point. I mean, if I'm gonna buy a game, it's probably gonna be single player game. It's probably gonna be Nier Automata or Nier Automata, or whatever that game's called. Persona 5, Crash Bandicoot, Last Guardian, something like that, man. I'm getting bored of AAA exclusives. I'm getting bored of FPSs. I'm getting bored of online-only games. I mean, they get repetitive after a while. You don't want to be in there with the players, man. You're just like, oh. Sometimes I forget how much I love sports games because I don't play them as much as I used to. And I don't have all the time in the world to play them like I used to. And when I can play them, I think about the fact how happy I have these games because I have something to fall back on when I need to release stress and anger, and or I need to, you know, take a break, or I need to, you know, or I need to, you know, just take some time offline, you know. That's what I do with Madden and all these sports games. I can play them offline. I don't have to play with anybody, and you know, I can play alone, and that's how I get rid of my anger and frustration. But today, that's been boiling up so much in me lately that I have freaking exploded I exploded onto YouTube with so much anger that was probably one of the most rage-inducing videos I've ever done. Ever. But I made it to prove a point about how all this shit pisses me off, alright? But yeah. I mean, you know, recently Madden 16 broke on me, and I came to the realization that I'm happy I have football, you know, I'm happy I have a football game to play. I don't need no goddamn Madden 18 to play Madden. Because every single freaking game now is a reskin of its former self with just updated rosters. And if I want those rosters, I'll just go and download them off the community screen. You know, I don't need Madden 18. I was happy that I had a backup version of Madden, which was 15, and I have been enjoying the heck out of 15. I love Madden, you know, because it's just fun. It's a fun game. Um, I love sports games, you know. You know, sometimes I look at my list of games on my shelf and I'm like, I'm happy to have some of these games. I'm happy to have some of my PS2 games. I'm happy to have some of my PS3 games. I'm happy to have the PS4 games I have, like Horizon Zero Dawn, you know, uh, Black Ops 3, you know. I'm happy to have zombies. I love zombies. I love zombie games. I love Call of Duty Zombies. I'm happy to have Last of Us. I'm happy to have, you know, these excellent games that came out years ago that were amazing because people today in like 2017 and 2014, 2015, 2016, well, they didn't know what it was like to play these amazing games a long time ago. And I feel bad for these people. I do, because gaming was amazing a long time ago. There's a wide variety of choices. You got what you pay for, you know. It was a great time to be a gamer, and now that's not that way anymore. They want to milk you for every last dollar you have in your wallet for profit, and it's not good. I don't like the way it's going, you know. I look on my list of video games and I'm like, I look at all the old Maddens and I'm like, I'm happy I enjoyed those times while I had them, you know. Especially the old Maddens, the old NCAAs, you know. I loved NCAA. And I could and still going back and playing them sometimes. I still enjoy them. I really do. And you know, I've come to the realization that that's what a true gamer is. A true gamer is a person who enjoys. True gamer is a person who enjoys all the old stuff he had, all the old times he had with his games, his stuff he collects. A person who enjoys nostalgia. That's a thing about a gamer who loves their stuff that they collected. They treat it like trophies. You know, it's like a person winning a championship in football or a championship in sport. Video games to us are like our prized possessions, our trophies, our cases, our discs and everything we collect over the years are like our trophies. We gamers who collect stuff, we take that in as being prized possession. And when we look at all our stuff we collected over the years, you know, it makes us go back and it makes us think back to all the memories we had, you know. And a true gamer knows that a true gamer is a person who loves the old stuff he still has, and he still plays it. See, there are a lot of people that are gamers who have collected systems and tons of games over the years that have been great. I'm one of those people. I've collected PS2, PS3, PS4 games. I've been a PlayStation fan all my life. Not a fanboy. That's the difference. I will not let Sony or I will not let Sony slip up just because they do something stupid. I will call them out on it, and I will bash them. I won't let them get away with their stupid business tactics. or their greedy business tactics. Like I talk about the pro. But yeah, you know, sometimes I look back at games and I'm like, I'm glad I enjoyed those times because today, by today's standards, games aren't what they were back then. They weren't. They're not longer masterpieces. Back around the PS2 with Xbox 360, PS3 era, there were a lot of masterpieces out there that were just pure gold. By today's standards, no. By today's standards, it's online only, AAA shooters and all that. Very few games are good. The Last of Us is a pretty good example of a game that probably had really good stuff in it. A really good story, really good multiplayer, but I look at these games like, you know, Sonic, Sonic Mega Collection, Sonic Heroes, Sonic Riders, Time Splitters, you know, was a primary example of what a good game was. NBA Jam, the Bigs 2, I love the Bigs 2, I love baseball, you know, and the Bigs 2 was a primary example of what a really fun game could be. Backbreaker was probably one of the best football games I ever played in my life. When you think back those times, you're like, you kind of feel bad for these people who don't get to enjoy the good times of what gaming used to be, the good times of when gaming used to be at its toppest peak, when it used to be at its core, the best time to be a gamer. And now it's not. It's really not. It's the best time to be a gamer if you're all you care about is visual fidelity. But, you know, there's really not much difference between visual fidelity on the PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One, Xbox One X, you know. You know, I probably gonna go to PC, I don't know. But what you guys don't understand is that back around the Sega Genesis and Sega Dreamcast, PS2, PS3 era, that's when technology and visuals were slowly improving every year. Around the Dreamcast and Sega Genesis era, we didn't have that great of graphics. Companies mainly focused on gameplay. You wouldn't understand if you didn't. There were a lot of games that were good, but the graphics didn't look all that good. They looked pretty bad. Not bad, but they didn't look that good compared to today's standards. And they were really good. They're really good. There were a lot of variety of games out there. You know, sometimes I believe YouTube gamers have been, you know, paid by companies, have ruined gaming, you know, you know. Reviewers in Metacritic, you know, reviewers that give games ratings like Metacritic, Giant Bomb, IGN, GameSpot. You can't trust those people, man. They're paid by these franchises to give good reviews. YouTube is a primary source to get people to buy games because companies pay these YouTubers, you know, to sponsor their games. Especially Call of Duty. Also, Activision pays these Call of Duty YouTubers to sponsor their supply drops. I don't think it was necessarily introducing the whole online thing to gaming that messed it up. I think it was the YouTubers on there that were paid that really make gaming worse. and that's how it became online only. Because I, you know, don't quote me on this, and I don't know. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but in my opinion, I believe a lot of games today and a lot of things online only based are going toward the kids. You know, they're basically toward the kids. They're basically these younger generation of kids who don't have, who don't really have anything to do, and they can stay at home and play video games all day. You know, it's that's mainly what it's for. This endless grind fest, it's mainly meant for kids. Like they can sit there and play for hours. You know, like Star Wars Battlefront 2, Call of Duty. It mainly goes toward the kids. I'm not saying that other people play it too, but there's not a lot of people that play that stuff. I mean, I don't know one genre of game that, or one type of game now that doesn't go toward the kids and trying to influence the kids to spend money, real money, to buy the game, buy season passes, buy DLC, I think this stuff is highly influenced toward the kids, especially Star Wars Battlefront 2, because you know how kids love that kind of stuff. They kind of love new stuff, they love, I guess by today's standards, if you love Star Wars is shit to me, because, I've seen the original, but, the original series, the new one's not very good, but, I love that, man. I love seeing new stuff. I love seeing graphics trailers. I love seeing all the explosions and all the ships flying around. I like that. I like all the blaster sounds. I like all the being able to throw grenades. I like being able to play as stormtroopers, and rebels and clones and all that. But then EA throws in their stupid goddamn pay-to-win microtransaction bullshit scheme in there, and that's how you get kids. You put them under a spell. You influence them. You teach them that this is what you're supposed to do, and this is right to do, and then they don't know any better. This is their frontal lobe hasn't grown in yet. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but a lot of shit I've seen is mainly for kids, man. Call of Duty, Battlefield, Minecraft, Fortnite is put kind of toward kids if you think about it. It's a watered down version of PUBG with building stairs and walls. It's a camper's paradise. Just pick up weapons and get away. There have only been 2 games that I think have really been purely based for people with, older cognitive abilities. I think that's The Last of Us, because you need a lot of skill and a lot of stealth to play Last of Us. You have to be on your P's and Q's at all times when playing Last of Us. And Rainbow. I played Rainbow. It's not that I don't think it's good. I just, that game's mainly a game for campers. They sit everywhere and they wait people to come around and shoot them. They build up walls and barriers. It's the same basic concept as Fortnite. People can build walls and barriers, and they can sit in there for hours, and it's boring. I don't know. I guess Battlefield is meant for people who want more military-based combat, but as I've gotten older, I've come to the realization that games are being dumbed down. They don't take as much skill as they used to. They're not as hard. They're not as challenging. They're not as fun. They're being lowered in quality for the kids. Because the kids, again, they don't know what it's like to go out and learn how to have a life, be mature, learn how to live in the real world, learn how to deal with job stuff, they're young, they're young, and you don't really worry about this stuff when you're young. But I mean, I really think the demographic of PlayStation and Xbox people, Microsoft and Sony mainly put stuff toward the kids. I don't know, because back then, I think back then, around that era that I was talking about, gaming was put toward a wide variety of audiences. You had one that was casual, one that was hardcore, one that was pro, and one that was, Now, I don't know. One genre was for kids, one genre was for adults, one genre was for older kids. It just now it seems like it's put mainly toward these younger kids. I don't know, but there's no skill involved in a lot of games anymore, and I think it's mainly because they know the kids don't really want to work for their shit, and that's just something if you don't want to work for your shit, then you're not going to be able to feed yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of things, you're going to have to learn that, you're going to have to learn to work for stuff. When I played video games a long time ago, I learned how to work for my shit. I played a lot of games where I worked for shit, that I grind. I learned to complete tasks. Video games have taught me a lot of things through the years, unlike, other things. They've actually, in a lot of ways, helped me with my cognitive functioning, They've helped me think better. They've taught me things I never knew. They have helped my brain, Now, games don't test you anymore. They're too easy. They're too simple. They're too simplistic, and I think that's why they're boring. I think that's why they're lackluster. I think that's why they're repetitive. They don't have anything to them that's worth it. I don't know, man. Sorry, then I didn't mean anything by it when I say idiots. I didn't mean that to my viewers or my subs. I meant toward the idiots of YouTube who hype the Xbox One X and PS4 Pro and act like it's the next best thing to a PC, And Colt Eastwood is a big factor of this person. He talks about how the Xbox One X is just like a $500 gaming PC, which it's not even close. And the Sony Microsoft fanboys and the idiots on YouTube and the internet who do stupid shit, who don't know what they're talking about, and I've done a lot of videos on them before. I've done quite a couple videos on calling out stupid people on YouTube and the internet who don't know what they're talking about, So yeah, I thought I'd do a follow video to this and say, it is what it is, guys. Anyway, gaming to me is getting boring. I need something new, I'm more than likely gonna go to PC. Because, Steam offers a more wide variety of options when it comes to games. More abilities to play how you want with your games. You get mods, you get to upgrade your hardware, And I'm one for, I'm big on technology. I'm big on finding out the latest thing when it comes to technology. I'm big on tweaking with things, I like to fix things with my hands, I like to, work on the TV if it gets broken, I'm kind of that way. I'm getting bored. I mean, I'm just tired of playing the same repetitive stuff, same repetitive first-person shooters and lackluster games, Anyway. Yeah. is what it is, man. We're in a loophole of gaming. There's not very many good games anymore out, coming out in, well, really in recent years. Except maybe for Last of Us Part 2, Days Gone, before you become human Spider-Man, and that's it. I might give Spider-Man a try. I don't know how I feel about Insomniac. I mean, Insomniac they did remake Ratchet and Clank, which I thought was a great game. It was fun. We'll have to see. I just hope to God they don't put microtransactions in Last of Us Part 2, because I'll be pissed. If they do, guys, I'm gonna go off on a huge freaking rage rant, and it won't be fun. It won't be good. I am looking forward to Days Gone, however. But yeah. We just need better games, man. And I hate these people who all they care about is graphics now. And the games have slowly been regressing, getting worse, becoming less fun and interesting. It's too simplistic. Not a challenge. Not enough to keep you invested. And the story is just lackluster. It's just, I don't know. I just want people to stop hyping up stupid ass consoles like the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. Like I told you before, if my PS4 breaks on me, I'll be getting a PS4 Pro. If not, I'll be going to PC. More than likely, I'm gonna be going to PC. But if this breaks in the meantime, when right around Christmas time, if it breaks, I'll have the money to get a new one, because it'll be around Christmas season. I'll be getting a lot of money for Christmas, be able to buy me a new system, if I want, or I take that money and buy me a PC. I don't know. I had no reason to get the Xbox One X. I have no reason to get the PS4 Pro, unless my system breaks on me, and then I'll get it. Until then, I'm not gonna get it. No reason. I just hate people trying to hype with these stupid ass consoles when graphics is all they care about. When games have broken mechanics, a lot of broken games come out. Day one patches, updates out the ass. And like oh shit, I didn't realize I wasn't in party chat. Well, my bad, guys. I'm not gonna say all that again, but I was just gonna say I'm sorry for what I did said earlier. I didn't mean to call my subs idiots. That wasn't what I meant to say. It was put toward the people who were stupid on YouTube, and the internet idiots who don't know what they're talking about, especially the Xbox One idiots who don't have any idea about their console at all. I'm not going to go into that again. Everything that Microsoft said about it at E3 was a complete lie. Saying that it was uncompromised, the highest fidelity, running all their games at 60 FPS, when half their games can't even reach 30, or when half of their games only reach 30, they can't even reach 60. And all their games don't even run at 4K 60 FPS. Like I said, it might be a more powerful console than PS4 Pro, but it doesn't have the games people want to play. Granted, it's the most powerful console, but is it really that much of a difference to go out and buy a $500 console? I don't see it. I said I was going to get a PS4 Pro. I said I was getting tired of people hyping up the freaking consoles, the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. I'll get a PS4 Pro if my PS4 breaks on me. That's the only reason I'll get a Pro or Xbox One X. You know, I'm not getting Xbox One X. It's a ridiculous freaking, you know, thing to spend your money on when there's really no difference. Uh, Plus I have all my games on PS4. Um, I just, talk about how, fanboys are idiots, who defend Sony and Microsoft even when they do something stupid, And how I think that a lot of majority of games now are going toward, the kids, the younger demographic, because they don't have as much time. They have a lot of time. They don't have a job. They don't have a life. They don't have to worry about as much things as they're younger. And these games are meant toward them, like, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Call of Duty, and all that. This endless grind fest is meant toward kids because they can sit home and play 24/7, They don't have to substitute. And I was saying that because of because of the demographic now going toward kids in the gaming industry, games have been dumbed down, They're simplistic. They're too, they're too easy. They don't take any skill. They're boring. They're repetitive. They don't have a story. They don't have any challenges. I was saying that back around the PS2, Xbox 360, PS3 era, gaming taught me how to work for a lot of things. It taught me how to earn my shit. It taught me how to put hours into it, to get better at it. It taught me how to use my cognitive thinking, It taught me how to use my brain, It I was saying that I'm happy that I have all these games I have because, like I was saying that I got upset one night. My copy of Madden 16 broke, and I really love Madden 16. It's my favorite game. And I was happy to have another copy of football of Madden to play, which is 15. I actually did really love 15 when I first got it. Now I'm really enjoying it again. And I was like, when I look back at my collection of games over the years, I'm like, I was happy to have those memories while I had them because by today's standards, there's really nothing else I want to play right now, and I see how games are getting worse and worse due to microtransactions and pay to win, And I was like saying that I feel bad for people today that they didn't get to experience the great masterpieces of games that we got to experience with the now, like last generation consoles, the consoles that were really old. Those were some masterpieces. And now by today's standards, these aren't masterpieces. They're companies and publishers who are trying to milk everybody for their last dollar for profit. They're lackluster experiences. They're broken games. They're season passes. They can pay for everything with the season pass. They are selling you DLC that should be on the disc. Later on down the line, making you pay for an online fee that makes no sense. Especially when you only get a couple of free games, maybe a couple of free themes and some avatars. That's it from Sony. Half of Sony's games on the PlayStation Store are way too damn expensive. I was saying that, I hate for people who miss the golden age of gaming, where the time of gaming was at its all-time peak, its all-time high, where it was getting better and better every year. How technology got better, how games got better, how performance got better, how overall experiences got better. And now by today's standards, they're not. They're worse. And like I'm saying, it has a lot to do with YouTube. That's when internet was introduced, but that was when online gaming was introduced. But I don't think online gaming had anything to do with it. I think it was the YouTubers, who are paid to sponsor by these companies. to sell people their product, and Activision pays these YouTubers to sponsor supply drops, and they ruin a lot of gaming now because it's lost its luster, it's lost its hype, it's lost the meaning of what it used to be. Now it's all about graphics and high quality fidelity and 4K. When half of the games on consoles, guys, get this, half of the games on consoles can't even reach 60 FPS. We're still at 30 and we're in 2017. Can you believe that? These games can't even reach 60. And we're in 2017 and we're still running games at freaking 30 FPS. My God, man. Now it's telling people that they need to stop worrying too much about graphics, man. And they need to start getting what they, getting good games, getting what they pay for, getting complete games, getting all the content on the disc, Stop worrying about goddamn high fidelity and 4K and uncompromised bullshit and, and enhancements and all that bullshit, Microsoft doesn't have any games, they should be more worried. But Sony players should be asking, why are we getting broken shit now? Why do we accept this? Why don't we, I don't get it. I'm tired of getting broken shit, I'm tired of having really long updates. I'm tired of having crashes every 5 minutes on the freaking screen. Every time I get a freaking blue screen from Sony on PS4, I'm like, I don't get it, man. I don't. I just like I hate people hyping up these stupid ass consoles. I mean, people are going to buy them when they need them, or when they need another console. They're not going to go out and buy them for a slightly better visual upgrade. And that idiot Colt Eastwood who said something about how the fact that Xbox One X was like a $500 game PC, you're a dumbass. It's not even close to it. You realize a gaming PC, you can upgrade its hardware to anything you want. You can use any graphics card, any CPU, any motherboard, any freaking thing. Did you know you can't upgrade your hardware on a console like the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X? You can't. So, there's no way it's a $500 game PC. Not even close. And all that bullshit about uncompromised, high fidelity, 4K, true 4K, blah, 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 how they freaking said true 4K 3 times at E3 is like, that's a complete lie. A freaking console, these new consoles, this PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, they can't run true 4K. Xbox One X can run native. Sony can run dynamic 4K, but they can't run true 4K. I was looking at a comparison from Digital Foundry. I'm gonna end this video on this. I was looking at a comparison from Digital Foundry of Quantum Break on Xbox One. You know how those stupid Xbox fans or Xbox fanboys said that Quantum Break was gonna be running at 4K? It's not. Digital Foundry came out and said it's running at 1440p on the Xbox One X. It's not running.
I can take you.
At 4K. It's not running at 4K, man. It's running at 1440p. Quantum Break is running at 1440p. Xbox fans are stupid. Anyway, I'm done. It is what it is, man. We need better shit. We need to start adding what we get out from fucking companies, and we need to stop kissing their damn asses. Anyway, yeah, I'm done. Peace, guys.